Welcome to the Big Three, where we get to talk about this week's sermon from North Boulevard Church of Christ in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We'll take questions and make observations from you, me, Daryl, and this week's special guest, Nick Horton.
Thank you very much. It's great to be with you guys.
We're glad you're here.
Kelvin did a great job kicking off our new series, Protect This House.
Yes.
Okay, I want to give you a real short summary to this lesson. First off, it was an amazing lesson, great lesson, and it reminds me of a conversation I was having with someone earlier today. I tell you, when it comes down to our families, we all have to protect this house. And here's something that really sticks out to me. Protection of our houses is a planned event. Takes time, takes thought, takes commitment. Protect your house. If the Lord is not in the plans are in vain.
That's right. That's from Psalm 127
Yes.
by Solomon. It was so good.
And he preached it so well.
Yeah, he did a
Preached
fabulous
very
job.
well.
I'm really excited about this series. I think it's going to be great. And you did a great job summarizing. So let's all go around and share something. You shared one, but I bet you've got more. So start us off, Brother Nick. What was something that really stood out to you in this lesson?
I think a lot of us talk about my house or our house.
Yeah.
I made a point to tell my children that it was the house that belonged to my wife and I,
Yes.
and they were living there.
Yeah.
But I really need to have a shift in my thinking and realize this is God's house. And especially my children, they're God's children, and we need to do that protecting. We need, as Kelvin mentioned, notching that arrow and aiming it.
Yes.
And then releasing them.
Yeah.
That's our job as parents.
Yeah. It made me think of the story of Hannah. When she brought Samuel back and dedicated him to the
Yes.
Lord, she was, because that story, as a mother, that always made me a little sad to think about her giving up her toddler, maybe 3 years old or whatever. But she knew he was hers he belonged to God to begin with. And so that's how we need to look at our kids. Yeah.
I have a tendency, similar to you, when I talk about protecting my house, I think of the kids. Reality is, I'm sure I've got some brethren out there that don't have kids.
Right.
Guys, don't turn off the TV,
Yeah,
okay? Don't
right.
turn off the computer. You still have to protect your house
Yes.
if your house is simply yourself
Yeah.
and your bride. You protect that house.
That's
you
right.
guard that bride.
Absolutely.
You guard those kids if you have them. You guard yourself, guard your house, guard your heart.
Yeah.
You protect your house. Married, single, kids, protect your house.
Yeah. It's so good. Was that your highlight? Or?
That was my highlight.
I love it. It was
I've
so
got
good.
quite a few others, but that's where I'm stopping.
That's really good. I love it. There was so much in this. I had written down the thing about releasing that arrow. I thought that was so good. One thing I wrote down too, I think it's so important for us, is that God delights in us so much that he wants to give us rest. And I think a lot of times we almost kind of wear our busyness and it's like a badge of honor that how I'm so busy, I got this, and then we kind of complain about it, but in one breath, but in the other breath we kind of also are boastful about it. I think some of us are, but that he wants us to rest, and he values rest. Do you guys have a hard time resting and laying things aside?
This is a spiritual gift that I exercise frequently.
You are so good at resting.
Yeah.
It really,
Yeah.
I'm impressed, honestly.
My wife has pictures of our first mission trip to Honduras, and we worked hard. But all of her pictures that we came back with were me lying in a hammock, me under a shade tree eating watermelon. God intended us to rest.
Maybe the other pictures you were moving so fast, it couldn't capture you because you were moving so fast.
We were both busy working, so she didn't take pictures then.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly what it is. Are you good at resting?
I think I have difficulty resting. Dear Love says I can fall asleep in any environment. I've proven it by falling asleep at NBA games, but
wow.
I don't think I felt all that well. So who knows?
That's an expensive nap.
Exactly.
I would think. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome. Y'all got anything else you want to share from the sermon? So good.
I'm going to share this, though.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily from the sermon. From where I'm standing right now, I can see some kids out there right now, and I know some of the families that own some of those kids.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see those families were here worshiping with us today because they have done a wonderful job protecting those kids that I see.
That's right.
And, there's no time for rest. There's no time for us. We have to keep on protecting those kids because they are so special to us.
Oh, yeah.
Rest will come. Rest will come and it'll be there.
That's
but
right.
for now,
Rest will come when we build the house
Exactly.
with the Lord in the foundation.
exactly.
Yeah,
And they
absolutely.
deserve the rest.
I love it.
So,
Awesome.
that's
Okay.
it.
All right.
Oh,
Give us
okay.
that.
So
there you go.
I got to tell everyone, thanks for being with us. Look for this podcast on your favorite platforms and be sure to join us next week for Boulevard's Big Three.
Yeah, and if you have any more questions, let us know by using that QR code on the screen. And if you want to rewatch the sermon or watch it for the first time, you can find it at boulevard.to/sermons. And that wraps up this week's Big Three.